Saturday night in Atlanta, it's time for Braves baseball and a special night here at Turner Field as we celebrate Major League Baseball's Civil Rights Game. For the second consecutive season, the Braves play host to the Civil Rights Ball game, and tonight it's the Los Angeles Dodgers in town for Game 2 of our three-game series. And good evening, friends. Along with my partner Joe Simpson, I'm Chip Carey. Welcome back to a very special night of Atlanta Braves baseball, a very special game. Baseball very proud of its role in civil rights in the United States of America, and certainly it's somewhat appropriate that the Dodgers provide the opposition tonight.
Absolutely. By breaking the color barrier when they signed Jackie Robinson back in 1947, the then Brooklyn Dodgers set the tone and the pace for everybody else in Major League Baseball, and fitting tonight that the Dodgers are in town for the Civil Rights Game. It's
been a celebratory weekend all weekend long here in Atlanta. The Beacon Awards were announced earlier today, and that, of course, a Dodger great, Don Newcombe, the Beacon of Hope Award winner.
Just a stalwart in the Dodger organization from the time he broke in the big leagues, and a great example for all of us that came up through the organization.
That's Earth, Wind, and Fire, Joe. They were the Beacon of Change Award winners.
Yeah, those three guys were the founders of Earth, Wind, and Fire, and certainly instrumental in, I think, what they did for the music industry and setting, again, a good example for people.
And one of Georgia's own, the Beacon of Life Award winner, Congressman John Lewis tonight.
Again, a guy who everybody in Atlanta, everybody in Georgia knows what he has done for civil rights, and certainly a worthy recipient.
And it's wonderful what Major League Baseball has done in the city of Atlanta in the realm of civil rights. And certainly one of our dear friends, Bill Bartholomew, played a very large role in that. He, too, honored tonight at the ballpark.
He's the chairman emeritus of the ball club and referred to as one of the founding fathers of the Atlanta Braves. Helped bring the Braves to Atlanta from Milwaukee, and honored tonight here for his service to the team and being able to throw out the first pitch to Jason Hayward. That was very fitting as well.
And like the rest of the Braves pitchers, a perfect strike from Bill Bartholomew on this homestand. Great night for baseball. Things to talk about. We will continue with more. It's the Braves and it's the Dodgers from Turner Field, and that's coming up right after this. Braves baseball on Peachtree TV is presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors. The right stuff, the low price every day. It's been a great homestand so far for the Braves and a great start to this series with the Dodgers last night. The old Hollywood saying, Joe, for an actor, always leave them wanting more. If last night's any indication, Braves fans everywhere want more of what we saw last night.
Last two nights, this ballpark's been on fire, Chip. Chipper Jones has really kind of set the tone, too. Bobblehead night, last night, it was also the print for Chipper, and the old man makes a good play defensively right out of the chute. But more good defense for the Braves that saved a run early. How about this relay from Martin Prado to Paul Janisch, and then on the short hop, a good scoop by David Ross. They get Andre Ethier. That turned out to be a big play as it saved a run in what turned out to be an extra inning contest. Always fun to watch Craig Kimbrell blow people away. He had one pitch at 100 miles an hour. More good defense this time behind Johnny Venters on a good 6-4-3 double play to get out of some trouble for the Braves. And then the clutch hitting of Jason Hayward. Braves already had a run in on an infield out from Martin Prado. That was the tying base hit with 2 outs. You can see how excited Jason was. That led to the game winner in the 11th off the bench. Juan Francisco finds a hole on the left side, and the Braves can go celebrate if they can catch Juan, that is, because that wasn't easy last night. But a good win, 4 straight now for Atlanta.
He is, as you know, the Roadrunner, according to Chipper Jones, and it was indeed a Hollywood inning for the Braves, who try to make it 2 in a row over the Dodgers tonight. Ben Sheets will pitch for the Braves. Aaron Harang will take the ball for the Dodgers. Our special night of Braves baseball continues from Turner Field right after this. By Academy Sports and Outdoors, by AT&T, by Delta Airlines, and by Ford. We had a heavy rain shower here at the ballpark about 45 minutes ago or so, but the skies are clearing, and we appear to be ready to go on time for Game 2 of this Braves and Dodgers series. Atlanta knocked Los Angeles out of first place with the victory last night here in Atlanta. And the Dodgers line up with Shane Victorino in the leadoff spot. Kemp, Ethier, and Ramirez, that salty middle of the batting order. And Luis Cruz has had a great road trip for the Dodgers, including 3 hits in his first outing against Atlanta last evening.
Ben Sheets is on the mound for the Braves for the start tonight. It's his 7th since he joined the ball club. His first 3, hard to argue about any results there. 3-0 with an 0.50. And the last 3, maybe not quite as sharp. And it was thought that maybe Ben was having a little bit of a dead arm, and like he would in spring training after a few innings. He said it's not just a dead arm, it's a dead body. He said everything's a little sore and a little tired. Hopefully that's out of the system and ready to go tonight. No rollers. He said about his curveball in New York in his last start, his curveball wasn't as sharp as he'd like it to be. It's like a rolling curveball, and better locale has to do with his location with his fastball. Hopefully he'll be able to go side to side in the strike zone tonight and not so much down the middle.
And Shane Victorino ready to lead off for the Dodgers. Victorino had a hit last night and slashes the first pitch out of play, foul for a quick first strike. Well, the Braves have put on a clinic defensively this entire homestand. Great play, as Joe told you, by Martin Prado in left. Paul Janisch with a terrific relay. And David Ross back in behind the plate for Brian McCann tonight. And a high pop fly down the left field line. Long run for Prado. Sliding try on the track, and he couldn't come up with it near the fence, and he's upset about that.
Getting close to the wall. He knew it. And maybe that wet warning track slowed him down enough that his glove didn't get to it. He thought he would slide a little harder than this, and he missed it.
But 2 quick strikes for Ben Sheets to Shane Victorino. He is right on top of the plate. Is Victorino. And roller foul again. No balls, 2 strikes. And he's putting up a good battle. That's Trey Hillman. He is serving as the Dodger manager tonight. Don Mattingly was suspended a couple of games by Major League Baseball for his actions up in Pittsburgh. And Victorino, a flare into center. Michael Bourne charges in, makes the catch. And that's the first out of the ball game. Mike Winters will call balls and strikes. Mark Wegner, Wally Bell, and Brian Knight work the bases. Dodgers second baseman Mark Ellis hits and looks outside, ball 1.
In and out for Ben Sheets tonight on the fastball, moving it side to side, and then hopefully a little better snap on his curveball. Should be just fine. His career ERA against the Dodgers not bad, 3.78, but in 10 starts, not as good a results as he would like. Going 3-6 against LA.
It's always fun to look at a player like Sheets' line and say, okay, when's the last time he beat Los Angeles? Remember, he pitched in the American League. He was out of baseball for a couple of years because of injury. Last win against the Dodgers, April 2nd, 2007. Wow. He was up in Milwaukee. Full count pitch to Ellis. Another foul ball straight back.
Oh, he's working fast tonight.
Matt Kemp is on deck. That's down the right field line and slicing toward the stands. And a nice catch by a member of our crowd at Turner Field tonight. Sheets has got 2 strikes on both Victorino and Ellis, but these Dodger hitters keep fouling pitches off. That's 7 fouls with 2 strikes by Victorino and Ellis so far. And now a slow roller to short. Giannis charges. 2 outs. Another sensational year for Matt Kemp.
He's done all that in only 68 games.
Hamstrings early in the season cost him a lot of time.
He has 89 hits in 68 games. And everything that comes off his bat is loud. The 2-game suspension of Mattingly with no appeal has made people wonder if he may have fallen on the sword to make sure that Kempton wasn't punished, aside from his fine.
How about that pitch from Ben Sheets? That wasn't a roller. Good pitch takes care of Kemp and the Dodgers in order in the top of a scoreless first inning. Freddie Gonzalez, Bourne, Prado, and Hayward 1, 2, and 3 on the lineup card. Chipper Jones, Freddie Freeman, Dan Uggla 4th, 5th, and 6th. David Ross, Paul Janisch, both with big hits in extra innings last night. And of course, Ben Sheets will hit 9th.
Aaron Harang's on the mound for the Dodgers. His 4 keys to pitching success. He's a road toughie. We'll show you why in a minute. And quality starts. This guy's been ripping off a lot of good outings, but not much to show for it. He's lost 2 of his last 3 starts, but did win his last one at Pittsburgh. .34 years old, big guy, 6'7", 260. And the reason he's a road toughie, check out these home road splits. 6-3 on the road, 3.68 ERA in 13 games.
And he's quickly behind Michael Bourn. 3 balls, no strikes. And a 4-pitch walk starts the game for Michael.
Oh, and he will walk you. That's 63 walks for him this year. And that's 5 more than he issued all last year for San Diego, where he went 14-7 for the Padres.
Let's see if Michael Bourn does some early running here with Martin Prado up there. Martin 0 for 5 last night, batting .296 for the year. He'll be followed by Jason Hayward, our Delta on deck batter. A game tying hit for Hayward last night.
Ranks fastball 90-92. He'll cut it. He'll sink it. He's got a slider, a curve, and a change to go with that. Lifetime 1-3 against the Braves. Got no decision back on April 24th against Atlanta. 6 innings, 6 hits, and 3 runs allowed. And he also walked 4 that night.
That was the Chipper Jones birthday game. He hit a homer against Aaron Harang in Los Angeles. And a line drive left center field. That's going to go to the wall. Bourn flying around second. He'll get green lighted around third, and the Braves have struck first.
Fastball inside corner. Martin, no stride, quick turn on it, and a gapper, and his 53rd RBI, and a good start for Atlanta.
That snaps a mini 0 for 10 slide for Martin Prado, and he's in scoring position now for Jason Hayward. This young man has had a monster homestand. He's 7 for 15 against the Padres and Dodgers so far. One ball, no strikes. Like the short uniform pants for Jason too, showing a lot of sock with the wardrobe and with the bat. High fly toward left. Shane Victorino nears the line and makes the catch. There's your first out.
That was not a productive at bat. Needed to get Martin over to third if you couldn't get him in. But Jason has had a great homestand.
And so has Chipper. He's got a 4-game hit streak working. And as you see, he's handled Aaron Harang quite nicely.
His last 5 starts, Harang has alternated 3 walks, then 4, then 3, then 4, then 3 against the Pirates his last time out. 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, but he got the win 5-4. .73-mile-an-hour change up there after a 91 pitch earlier.
And now the Dodgers will take the bat out of Chipper's hands here. They'll go after Freddie Freeman.
Well received by the fans here in Atlanta. Showed you Don Mattingly sitting up here in the press box tonight. It's got to be torture for him watching a game upstairs and without any control at all over what's going on.
So here is Freddie. 1 for 8 against Harang. And he swings the first pitch, pops it up behind third. Cruz in foul ground is there, and that's the second out.
It's another one of those first pitches that not every first pitch is a good pitch to go after, especially with runners in scoring position. Ellis shifted out, then came in. That actually turned out to be not as inside as I thought it was. The way Freddie fought it off, that was right down the middle. It was almost like he jammed himself.
So 2 on, 2 outs now, and Dan Uggla is the batter. Dan with 15 homers and 62 RBIs. Looks low and outside. 1 ball, no strikes. You mentioned last night this is an interesting contrast of 2 clubs with 2-out situations. The Braves, one of the best scoring teams when 2 are out in an inning. The Dodgers, one of the best teams at preventing 2-out runs so far this season. And that's our Academy Sports and Outdoor leaderboard.
Braves just recently climbed over the Mets.
And now Uggla, 3 balls, no strikes. Dan's been taking his walks, as you know. He's sitting on 72 of them. See if he's green lighted here with the Braves up a run. Way outside, ball 4. Uggla leads the league in bases on balls, and now the bags are full for David Ross. 3 walks in the inning for Harang, one of them an intentional pass.
When a guy's struggling with his command this early, nothing wrong with making sure that he throws you a good pitch to hit. Well, he's struggling, not sure if he can get 2 of them over in 1 at bat or not.
He'll work out of the windup with David Ross, and he's hacking away with the first pitch. It's out of play for a strike. Ross played such a big role in the game last night. Big extra inning hit. Went from first to third on a base hit. A terrific game behind the plate, too. As the count even, 1-1.
Again, shrink your strike zone down so you're just looking for something that you like. And from David's standpoint, that's fastball. Good fastball hitter.
Took that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Missed outside, full count.
He's missing to that spot. He's trying to hit that outside corner and has been the whole inning and hasn't had any luck to the right-handed hitters. Good pitch to hit here.
Prado, chipper. Ugla will run with the pitch.
And when you work from the windup in this situation, that runner at first gets a huge jump and a huge advantage.
Three-two, runners go. And foul back our way. Already 25 pitches for Aaron Harang in the opening inning. Braves have cashed in a leadoff walk to Michael Bourne. Did he go? It was tipped and caught. Wow. Ross tried to check his swing and could not as the ball grazed the bat and landed in the glove of A.J. Ellis. Braves have scored first. Michael Bourne has scored the opening run of the ball game. It is the Delta Civil Rights game. We are joined in our broadcast booth by the Commissioner of Major League Baseball, Bud Selig. Welcome back to Atlanta.
Chip, Joe, it's a pleasure to be here. Glad to be here. I always love coming to Atlanta. Spent a lot of time here over the years, in the last 20 years, and today is really special because of the Civil Rights game. And we had a wonderful luncheon and a lot of history, and of course, watching Bill Bartholomew celebrate 50 years. I was there, the only person in baseball who knew Bill back in November of 1952 was me, because I was just a young man in Milwaukee, and Bill was a young owner of the Milwaukee Braves, and While our relationship got off to a rather stormy start for the obvious reasons,
I'll bet.
We became very close friends in the 70s and really close friends today. But we did come a long way in 50 years.
Yeah, I was going to ask him, have you forgiven him for bringing the Braves to Atlanta?
Well, you know what he tells me now? Look, it all worked out well. You got the Brewers and everything worked out. So he's now tried to convince me that he did this for my best interest. Mm-hmm. But it did work out well. Atlanta got a team, and Milwaukee eventually got a team. But yeah, it was. Bill was public enemy number one in Milwaukee for a while.
Beacon Awards today in the Civil Rights game. I know Cincinnati hosted the first 2 Civil Rights games. The Braves have for the last 2 years. What are the plans for the future of the game?
Well, we're to Frank Robinson, who is now I appointed and has taken over. That is, we talked about that today. We have a lot of cities interested. This was perfect, Joe, Chip, because this is the epicenter of the civil rights movement. There was so much history here. Watching John Lewis today has brought back a lot of memories, and so this was really very special. And I originally called Henry Aaron, who obviously Henry and I have been friends now for a long, long time, and said, "How'd you like a civil rights game?" And he loved it, and then we talked to the Braves, and it worked out. So it's been terrific. It really has been.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Andre Ethier, the Dodgers right fielder, looking for his second hit of the series. Ethier hit a towering home run here last night for Los Angeles and rolls this one out of play, foul to the right side.
Well, the first year of 2 wild card teams, and the interest is really getting up to a boiling point.
It is,
because so many different teams are close. So that's got to make you feel good about
that. It makes
decision.
me feel great. You know what I remember back in '92 and '3, and was when I first started the wild card. My first year as a commissioner. It really was criticized severely everywhere. Oh, he's ruining the game. You can't have a wild card. And of course, it's worked out beautifully, even better than I actually thought it would. And now the extra, I mean, the possibilities, Joe, Chip, in both leagues, there's about 6 clubs within a couple of games. It's really amazing. So I love it. Incidentally, it's a great thrill for me to watch Ben Sheets. I watched Ben a lot in Milwaukee. He was a great favorite of our family, to be perfectly blunt about it. So I think this is an amazing story and a great comeback, and I wish him nothing but the best.
It was a great pickup for the Braves.
Oh, was it ever? Frank Wren told me the story today. It's really quite a story. I mean, just pitching a simulated game over, I guess, at Georgia
Tech. Right down the street.
Yeah, amazing.
I, for one, love the wild card. What can you do about the DH? Can we please get rid of it? Any chance?
Well,
not to put you on the spot or
no,
anything.
it's okay. I don't mind. I'm the only one left. I was in the American League in 1972. It's the only thing of Charlie Finley's I ever voted for, by the way. We went to the DH because the American League was really hurting for offense, as you remember.
Sure.
So I became convinced by some of the older owners in the league we ought to do it. American League people like it. National League doesn't. I guess what I would say to you is a little competition between these leagues is not all bad.
Hanley Ramirez launches one to straightaway center, and that one's way out of here. Boy, has he really enjoyed the move from Miami to Los Angeles. He's having a whale of a road trip, and he just tied the game at 1.
Yeah, I don't want to bring Ben Sheets any bad luck here. So, Chip, I know that there's a strong feeling, but by the same token, I have to tell you that the American League cities and teams really like it. I've often said it's going to take a catalytic event, some kind of maybe overall realignment or something, which is not even on a drawing board right now, to change it. So I think we've pretty much cleared up the postseason problems and all-star game things and that. So I would be less than candid if I told you that's on the drawing board, because it isn't right now.
James Loney, the Dodger first baseman's in the batter's box, and he hits with 1 out. Let's talk about something close to our hearts. Obviously, this is the last year for Chipper Jones. What has Chipper Jones meant to the commissioner of Major League Baseball?
He's been a great player. I love when a player comes.
As Loney cranks one deep to right field, and that one's high off the top of the fence. And Hayward's going to watch that ball ricochet back toward the infield, and that's ruled a home run.
skipped off the top of the wall and then hit the back wall and came back. Loney's only got 4 home runs on the year, and he's hit 2 in the last 3 days.
Would you like to leave the booth and come back when the Braves are up?
This is usually I bring fairly good luck. This is now embarrassing. Ben will settle.
But you're talking about Chipper Jones.
And so when you have a player who spends 19 years.
Luis Cruz. Are you kidding me?
Oh, my.
Back to back to back solo homers for Los Angeles.
Well, it's great having you, Commissioner.
I really.
Come back anytime.
Next time you see Ben, don't tell him I was here. Anyway, Chipper Jones has been not only a great player, but a great part of this franchise. And whether it was Robin Yount or George Brett or all the players who have come and spent their entire career, great careers, Hall of Fame careers with one team, and that's Chipper Jones. And so you bet it's meant a lot to baseball, and it's meant a lot to the Atlanta Braves. So he has my great admiration.
3 home runs on 4 pitches off Ben Sheets, and the Dodgers now enjoy a 3-1 lead as A.J. Ellis, the catcher, is the hitter. And guys like Chipper and Derek Jeter, Mr. Selig, are, as you said, truly rare in this day and age.
There's no question.
Free agency and player movement has been great for the game and for the fans as well, but how great is it to see guys like Chipper and Derek Jeter?
Every generation has them. You bet. Derek Jeter, Chipper. It's just great. It's great for the franchise. They become really a whole generation that grows up with a player. And I think that's very, very important. I really do. And so the more of that we can have, the better. And when obviously they wouldn't stay that long if they weren't great players. But I really, he's just, you think of Chipper Jones, you think of the Atlanta Braves. That's really what you try to do in this sport. And so how much has he meant? He's meant a great deal.
Pitcher Aaron Harang with 2 outs. And he takes a strike from Ben Sheets.
Do you have a position, sir, on the Steven Strasburg issue?
I do not. No, I have enough controversies that I have to solve every day, and a bunch now. And I'm going to let Mike Rizzo and the Washington franchise solve that. It's unusual. I know a lot of people are coming up with opinions on the subject, but they know his medical condition, and so I'll let them solve it. Great to see you. I hope that you'll do better without me. But anyway, it's great to be here and nice to see you both.
Mr. Commissioner, a pleasure.
Great to have you. Thanks for joining us.
Dodgers under the lead.
Customer satisfaction nationwide year after year. Experience all the comfort and amenities you expect at an unexpectedly low price. Jameson Inn, Southern hospitality at its best.
3 solo homers in the span of 4 pitches for the Dodgers as they take a 3-1 lead over Ben Sheets, who's due second in the Braves' second inning.
A little too much in the middle of the plate on the first 2. Fastball knee high. Fastball about belt high. And then he tried the breaking ball. And that was a hanger. And man, that happened fast.
Well, let's see if the Braves can strike back as quickly. Paul Janisch will lead things off. 3-hit game for the Braves shortstop last night. And he's got 5 hits in his last 9 at bats. Harang threw 26 pitches and 11 strikes in the first inning.
How about this on our SunTrust solid performance? Paul Janisch, 1 error in 32 games. And since his debut with the Braves, he's been involved in more double plays than anybody else, 27 of them. And oh, by the way, his last 18 games, 281 average. And overall, his batting average up.
Pop fly, shallow center. Kemp comes galloping in, makes the call and the catch. 1 out. Base is empty for Ben Sheets. Belt high, evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Tough break for the Braves, but just joined us, was having the bases loaded, 2 out in the bottom of the first, and on a check swing, a foul tip, an unintentional foul tip by David Ross. Otherwise, it was ball 4 and another run in.
So the top of the order bats with 2 quick outs in the second, and we invite you to save up to $100 a year when you properly use a programmable thermostat. Set your thermostat to 78 degrees during the summer to save money and energy. To learn about other ways to save this summer, visit georgiapower.com/tips. Harang has a much easier time of it in the second inning. He's been staked to a 3-1 lead, and we head to the third. to tonight. As we welcome you back to the Civil Rights Game here at Turner Field. Joe Simpson, Chip Carey, and our entire crew with you tonight. And as Shane Victorino leads things off, let's take a look at tonight's AT&T Uverse trivia question. Jackie Robinson was the first African-American to play for the Dodgers. Who was the first African-American to play for the Braves? We'll ponder that for a few moments and have the answer later on in the broadcast. Victorino popped out to center to start the game for the Dodgers. And Ross held it there for a moment, didn't get the call. 2-0. Victorino came in batting .263 for the season. He's been a little better than that with Los Angeles. A .277 average with a homer, 7 RBIs, and he scored 11 runs in 15 games for the Dodgers. And that one served foul to the right side. 2 balls, 2 strikes. In the air to right, Jason Hayward says he's got it, and he does. Nice running catch. Victorino is 0 for 2. Don't miss out on the Braves Father-Daughter Day on Saturday, September 1st when the Phillies are in town. Tickets start at just $20 each and include a special Father-Daughter Day t-shirt and access to a pregame parade. Visit Braves.com for ticket information. Ball inside to Mark Ellis.
Been still trying to find that fine line between strikes on the corners and strikes to the heart of the plate, trying to go in and out. A lot of fastballs in his first 50.
Beyond the Braves dugout foul. Ellis still alive. Lots of foul balls with 2 strikes as well in the first 3 innings for Ben. Fly ball, this one right at Jason. He didn't have to move at all. He was in perfect position for the second out. Kemp was struck out to end the Dodger first.
60th strikeout against 30 walks. But still an on-base percentage coming in of .417.
Dodgers were able to tread water with Kemp missing 51 games during his 2 DL stints. Bad hamstring. And he and the Dodgers enjoy a 3-1 lead as the Braves come up in the bottom of our 3rd inning tonight. Marked by Hyundai, by the Home Depot, and by Georgia Power. Well, the Braves trailed 3-1 last night, came back and won 4-3 in 11 innings. Let's see if they can do it in regulation in Game 2 tonight. 2, 3, 4 hitters are coming up. That means Martin Prado, Jason Hayward, and Chipper Jones will face Aaron Harang. Sharply hit. Nice play at second by Ellis, and a beautiful flip to first. Retires Prado for out number 1.
Ellis has had an outstanding year defensively too. We've been bragging on Giannis and what he does for the Braves. Ellis has been just that for the Dodgers too. Only 3 errors in 72 games at second base.
To Jason Hayward, 1 ball, no strikes. Roll to the right side. Ellis to his left. Gathers and just got it. Oh, bang, bang play at first. Hayward thought he beat it.
I thought he did too. No argument from the dugout though. Took him a couple of steps to get his feet under him and had to wait for Loney to get back to the bag. Looked like the right call.
So 2 fine plays at second for Ellis. Here's Chipper, who was intentionally walked his first time up. Line line down the left field line. That's going to get down and skip into the corner. A 2-out double for Chipper, who's now hit safely in 36 of his last 42 games.
Including the last 5 straight. Wanted to go away, but that had a little too much of the plate, and Chipper decided to go with it. Braves had some 2-out lightning last night on a couple of occasions. Maybe they can do it again here.
And who better than Freddie Freeman, who's been so good in this situation all year. '76 RBIs for Freeman in 157 games last year. He's got 76 so far this season. Swinging at the first pitch in his first at bat. Freddie being very patient the second time around.
And hoping to get a better pitch to hit. And actually, that first pitch, again, it wasn't a bad pitch. So he kind of leaned into it and jammed himself.
To first on a 3-0 count. And Loney takes it to the bag to retire the side. No runs, a hit, a man left. We head to the 4th. 3-1, Los Angeles the lead. This great celebration of Major League Baseball and the civil rights movement in America continues tonight with one of the legends of our game, Dodger great Don Newcombe, with us here at Turner Field. Welcome.
How you doing, young man?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I knew your grandfather so well. What a great man he was.
Well, that's very kind. Thank you.
I knew him in St. Louis, you know, not just Chicago.
That's my hometown. That's where we grew up.
I tell you, he was a great man, and I got along with Harry very well.
Thank you. It's very kind. Welcome to Atlanta, and congratulations on your big award today.
It's nice to be anywhere. When you think back about my life, it's great to be anywhere, and I'm glad to be here and to be a part of this great celebration of that which had to take place in this country for many years. And I go back to the historic end of it when we started with Jackie and Roy and Larry Doby and all of us. And I think we did a good job. I think we laid a path, made a path for those to follow us. And it turned out real well. And this baseball has become such a great game now, and I'm glad to be able to say that I at least played a small part in it.
We all read the history. We've seen the video of the history, but you lived the history. What did it mean to you personally to see Jackie Robinson break the color barrier in baseball?
Well, when you say see Jackie break the color barrier, he did it all. And Roy Campanella and I were right there with him. Jackie, of course, started in Montreal in AAA, and Roy and I started in Class B ball. And that's the only place we had to play. And Roy and I used to wonder sometimes after we were turned down in Danville, Illinois, to go there at Class A. We used to talk sometimes and wonder what would have happened if they turned us down in New Hampshire at Class B, but they accepted us, and we got a chance to play and then advance up to the Dodgers.
And that was Nashua?
Nashua, New Hampshire, Joe, yes.
All right, that's terrific. I know. Oh, how old were you when you got to the big leagues?
I was 22.
22.
Yeah.
Okay, so you'd been playing a while, trying to get there.
I started out in the Negro Leagues with the Newark Eagles in Newark, New Jersey, and same team Larry Doby came from, Monty Irving came from. I was there. They were in the service because I didn't go to the service in the Second World War. And when they came back, I had in 1946 been signed by the Dodgers along with Roy Campanella and Jackie.
So you get to the big leagues and you're right away Rookie of the Year too.
Well, I got lucky and had
you did. Sure you did.
Well, I didn't get to the team, Joe, until May 23rd of the 1949 season. And I started out well. I made the All-Star team. I was 8-1 at the All-Star break. Billy Southworth chose me to be on the All-Star team. But the ironic part is that I wound up getting the loss. I got credit for the loss in the 1949 game. But it was a start, and I was proud of being on the same team with Warren Spahn and Robin Roberts and all those great National Leaguers playing against Ted Williams and all those great American leaguers.
Hey, you were part of history, though. Last year, Justin Verlander became the first guy and the only guy to be Rookie of the Year, MVP, Cy Young Award winner since you did it.
Yes, I held it for 55 years.
1956.
Yeah, I won Rookie of the Year in 1949, and then in 1956 I was 27-7, and I won the Cy Young Award and the Most Valuable Player Award.
What did I see? 18 complete games, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah. I don't know. There was a lot of them.
Nobody got tired in those days.
Well, I couldn't afford to get tired because whatever salary they paid us in those years, you had to earn it by pitching complete games and getting some strikes out and winning some games, Joe. You know how it was. You were there. Maybe not back that far, but you were there.
Almost. Well, congratulations today. It was the Beacon of Hope Award, and I know that had to make you feel good about such a wonderful award today here in Atlanta.
Yes, and I was here last year, and Morgan Freeman, the great actor, was invited to accept the award, and he wanted me to come and present him. And he said, I am not coming to accept the award unless Don Newcombe presents me with it. So my wife and I had to get on a plane and fly in and take care of Morgan. And
very nice.
Here it is. I'm back here this year, thanks to some people in the commissioner's office. I think Frank Robinson and his wife and some other people had something to do with it. And I'm so happy to be the recipient.
Well, it's a great honor to meet you. It's a great honor to have you here in Atlanta. Don Newcombe, best of luck to you. And again, congratulations on the Beacon.
Thank you, young man. And you keep doing the job that your granddad did.
I'll do my best.
And your dad, you're handsome like they are.
Georgia Lottery, by AT&T Uverse, and by Ram Trucks. Home half of the fourth inning here at Turner Field. Braves trail the Dodgers and Aaron Harang by a 3-1 score. Dan Uggla, David Ross, and Paul Janisch are coming up for the Braves.
For those of us that came up in the Dodgers system, I can't tell you what a big influence Don Newcomb was on all of us.
High fly ball to right. And Andre Ethier will catch just shy of the track. That's one out, and Delta Airlines is a proud sponsor of the Atlanta Braves. Great to see Major League Baseball honoring not only Jackie Robinson and his incredible legacy, but some of those other pioneers that were part of the Dodger family that you were talking about.
Everybody that came through the organization certainly knew about the history of Jackie Robinson, but like Don said, he came in not only with Jackie but also Roy Campanella, Jim Gilliam. Those were people who were living legends that were around the camp all the time, and Jim Gilliam, a major league coach when I broke in, so knew all about those guys and what they went through to get there. It's quite a story.
I didn't realize this about Mr. Newcomb until I'd done some research before the game, but he had battled substance abuse as a younger man, and one of the reasons why I believe he was given the Beacon of Hope Award today is his work in helping some of his former teammates and another Dodger great, Maury Wills, overcome his battles in that regard as well. And Maury Wills had a great quote when he was meeting with Don Newcomb. He said, "I'm standing here with Don Newcomb, the man that saved my life. It's a channel for God's love for me because he chased me all over LA trying to help me, and I just couldn't understand that. But he persevered. He wouldn't give in, and my life is wonderful today because of Don Newcomb."
Chip, he used to travel to all the ball clubs, all the major league teams, and every year to every team, and talk to all of the teams about alcohol abuse and how it almost ended his life, let alone his career. And it was always inspiring.
And I, as someone who obviously didn't grow up in the Dodger organization, watching you with the glow on your face talking to him about your shared experience as a Dodger was worth the price of admission tonight. Shot to short, and Hanley Ramirez dresses up and handles for the second out.
Well, he's a beautiful man, but they also on the big screen here at the ballpark, I'm not sure we have had a shot of her, but Rachel Robinson, Jackie's widow, is here tonight too, and what a wonderful, classy, terrific lady she is. And you know, she was right there side by side with Jackie through all of that, and very strong woman too. I've had the good fortune to meet her a couple of times. There's Mrs. Robinson.
Now, we've seen her at the ballpark before. We've seen her in New York before. I don't think I've ever seen a video clip of her live or on replay where she doesn't have that beautiful, beaming smile and glow about her. There's just an aura about that lady.
Yeah, just every time you see her, it's a good day. I remember Jim Gilliam telling me about what a wonderful woman Rachel was then and is, but how strong she was and how Jackie couldn't have made it through all that without her.
Paul Janisch with a shot to left field. This will be an extra base hit. It comes with 2 outs.
Stay hot, Paul. Braves are down 3-1. They just can't let Ben Sheets be on the short end of this on 4 pitches that have really been the difference in the game so far. 3 hits for Atlanta, and all 3 are doubles. good time for Ben's first hit.
Ball one from Aaron Harang. A.J. Ellis wanted that pitch, didn't get it. 2 balls, no strikes.
I'm not sure that Aaron Harang was welcoming this trip from his catcher either. He had the glove up, wanted the baseball. And his catcher may have been reassuring him that it wasn't a bad pitch. Just do it again, maybe we'll get the call here.
Good cut, but now 2-2. And Sheets is retired, and so are the Braves in the 4th inning. Atlanta has 3 hits, all 3 of them doubles, and they've scored 1 run. That came courtesy of a leadoff walk. Ellis and Harang as we enjoy our McDonald's fans of the game.
Whooping and hollering it up here at the ballpark tonight, trying to help the Braves win their 5th in a row.
Braves got to figure out a way to get this guy out. Luis Cruz has had a whale of a series. He's our Georgia Lottery hitting the jackpot winner. He has 2 singles, he has a double, and now he has a homer. He's also walked twice.
This leg kick, open stance and high leg kick in his swing was taught to him by his dad.
Giannis will retire Cruz. First time in the series the Braves have taken care of the Dodger 3rd baseman.
His dad played in the Mexican League for years. And at least from what we've seen, looks like taught him pretty well.
Well, after the 3 homers, Sheets certainly has settled down. He's retired the last 9 in a row. And here's A.J. Ellis, the Dodger catcher. Ellis, an 18th round pick by the Dodgers in 2003. Born in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. And Chipper Jones gives ground. Catcher running. Plenty of time. Good play. 2 outs.
A.J. Ellis doesn't get a lot of notoriety on this ball club, but solid defensive catcher. Handles their pitching staff real well, and he's hitting .275.
Aaron Harang grounded out to end the Dodgers' second. Strike 1. Mets and Nationals are playing at Nationals Park. There's no score in that game in the 5th inning. Braves start play tonight, 4 games behind Washington. We'll see them beginning Monday night. Edwin Jackson, Jonathan Neese, the pitchers tonight. And Ben Sheets takes care of Aaron Harang. Top of the Braves order coming up, down 3-1. Top of the Braves order is coming up. Michael Bourn, Martin Prado, and Jason Hayward. Of course, everybody knows Jackie Robinson broke baseball's color barrier with the then Brooklyn Dodgers. But who was the first African American to play for the Braves? And of course, it was Sam Jethro.
Yeah, I think we both know the answer to that. 1950 in Boston. He was the Rookie of the Year, led the league in stolen bases with 35 stolen bases in both 1950 and 1951.
So Michael Bourn will try to ignite the Braves offense. Middle innings, down 3-1 to Aaron Harang. As Joe mentioned earlier, Harang, despite not winning many games lately, has pitched tough on the road, and he's pitching tough again tonight.
Now, he caught a break in the first. Who knows what might have happened that inning if that pitch didn't catch part of David Ross's bat on a check swing that would have walked a run in.
In the air to shallow center. Kemp broke back, but now comes charging in. And there's your first out. We will wrap up the series with the Dodgers here tomorrow and then start a very long road trip. And here is our Chevron pitching matchup Sunday.
As I said a few days ago, Chad Billingsley's 9-9 record. Don't be fooled by that. He has won his last 5 straight since the All-Star break with a 1.56 ERA. He'll be opposed by Mike Minor, 6-9 on the year, looking to go 7-9.
Martin has the Braves RBI. It was a double in the first inning. In the air to center again. Kemp going back. Gets there, 2 out.
That's 3 pitches on the button for Martin tonight. He did have a double and an RBI in the first, but nothing to show for the last 2.
Many players seem to have one team that they absolutely feast on. They also seem to have a team or two that just gets them out with great regularity. Surprisingly, Jason Hayward's biggest trouble spot has been the Dodgers.
I wasn't aware of that until after the game when they were talking about his game-tying hit. Only the 7th in his career in 64 at-bats against L.A.
He takes a walk, which brings Chipper Jones to the plate. That's good news. Chipper represents the game-time run. He's walked and doubled tonight already. 4 walks for Aaron Harang. Up and away, 1 ball, no strikes.
Good pitcher's pitch. Remember, Chipper went the other way with his double in the 3rd inning on a pitch on the outer 3rd. But that one looked like a little wider than that, and Chipper wisely laid off.
He checked the swing, 2 balls and a strike. Popped up shallow left. Victorino comes in and is there. And that ends the inning. We're through 5 at Turner Field. Aaron Harang and the Dodgers enjoy a 2-run lead. In Atlanta all year long, Braves baseball on Peachtree TV is being presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors. The right stuff, the low price every day. Joe Simpson and Chip Carey with you as always at home tonight. Ben Sheets has retired the last 11 Dodgers after a 4-pitch sequence saw Los Angeles hit 3 solo home runs in a row, and that erased what was a 1-0 Atlanta lead.
And in that stretch of 11 in a row, just a couple of strikeouts, just getting the guys in LA to put the ball in play. And again, his command been a lot better. Has been a lot better. As a result, no base runners. Weird thing is he'd retired the first 4 in a row before the back-to-back homers.
Dan Uggla, diving stop from his knees and the scoop. What a play!
Zaxby's indescribably great play here against a fast runner too. Dan had no room for error. Great stop, and from his knees, couldn't get much on the throw, so he got a little help on the other end on a tough hop by Freddie.
We have seen some great defensive work on the homestand, and that's another example. As Uggla and Freddie Freeman connect to retire Shane Victorino. Broken bat by Mark Ellis. Chipper from the cut of the infield grass handles cleanly. 2 outs.
Good pitch there and sawed Ellis off.
Matt Kemp's gigantic season last year earned him a contract of equal proportion. Dodgers signed him through the 2019 season. After he hit .324 with 39 homers, 126 RBIs, 115 runs scored.
And he plays center field, and he stole 40 bases, and players like that just don't come along very often.
Missed only one game last year. Health problems this year, however, but still, Joe, big numbers for Kemp, 17 and 51. Homers and RBIs.
And he's one of those guys, there aren't that many of them in baseball right now, but one of those guys who every time he comes up to the plate, everybody stops to watch.
Then pitched him very carefully, and that snaps his string of 13 straight Dodger hitters retired. Kemp's aboard with a 2-out walk.
See, that's the ultimate respect there from Ben Sheets. He'd struck him out and made him look bad the first 2 times up, but he wasn't going to get too cocky about that with Matt Kemp and pitched him carefully.
Be careful with Ethier. He showed his big power last night. He's 0 for 2 so far this evening, and Kemp back safely at first.
Not a huge lead yet for Kemp.
He was leading, and he just got back.
Almost got him. Leans, and maybe the throw a little closer to the bag, they get him. That one was on top of his back, and still almost got him.
Two balls, no strikes. Kemp's going. The pitch low. The throw to second. Short hops Janisch. And Kemp is in safely with a stolen base. His 7th of the year.
David had him despite 2 things happening. 1, he had a little trouble getting the ball out of his glove, and 2, as a result, made it hard on Paul to handle that hop. If Paul handles the hop, they still might get him. Oh yeah. But David just couldn't quite get it out of the glove as quickly as he wanted to.
Now you have a 3-0 count for Ethier. You have Kemp at second and 2 outs.
You have to assume he'll get a green light here too. Be careful. Throwing a breaking ball as a result.
And 2 outs, 2 on for Hanley Ramirez, who homered in the second. And Joe, we were wondering what was going on last night with Hanley Ramirez and David Ross in the batter's box late in last night's ball game.
Yeah, it apparently had to do with the thought that David Ross saw Ramirez taking a peek back, checking the signs, or trying to check location. He wouldn't have had time to check location because David Ross hadn't set up yet. And you can see his eyes cut back there, looking a little bit. Most definitely looking back.
I remember saying last night when David came out of his crouch and he held his hand up, I thought he wasn't sure what the count was.
Right. That was just to cover what was going on. It's a surefire way to get hit, at least in the old days. And what would typically happen, you couldn't do it in a situation like this with runners on base. But a way to cure that was to have the catcher set up away for a guy that would take a peek and then come up and in. And that would cure that real fast.
Off the plate, 2 balls, no strikes.
Chad Durbin loosening. Talked about these guys last night, though. 3, 4, and 5 that do so much damage. You've got to make good pitches to them. Ramirez likely green light too.
He did, and he launches one deep to left and gone. A 3-run homer for Hanley Ramirez, who's enjoying his trip back east for the Dodgers.
Coors Light Cold Hard Blast, 4th home run of the night for the Dodgers, and the second by Ramirez. Tomahawked that one. Full extension, got it out front. His 18th.
Like Randy Newman, he loves L.A. Hanley Ramirez, a new man in the month of August. 4 homers, 27 RBIs in 23 games.
Yeah, it was the 2 walks that preceded it too that make you itch a little bit.
Line drive into center. Michael Bourne is over and makes the catch. Ben Sheets has allowed 4 home runs tonight. That accounts for 6 Dodger runs, and they extend their lead to 6-1. All 4 hits have left the ballpark. And earlier today, the Braves had their Civil Rights Weekend baseball youth clinic at the ballpark.
Charlie Lee ran out to help out with some pitching tips. All part of the Civil Rights Weekend.
And that was our Home Depot tools from the dugout tonight. Need to get the bats going now. Braves down 5 runs in the 6th inning. Freeman, Uggla, and Ross coming up. The right side. Ellis has it, and his peg to first in time for the first out. Fans come meet Hall of Famer Phil Niekro and Charlie Leibrandt here at the ballpark tomorrow. It's Braves Alumni Sunday. Make sure you arrive early for the autograph session in the Fan Plaza beginning at 11:30 a.m. For ticket information, visit braves.com/tickets. Always great to see the alumni back at the park.
I haven't seen Charlie in a while, so I'm glad he's around. Hope we get to see him tomorrow. And always good to see Phil.
Rangs walked 4 men. 3 of them came in the first inning. The Braves scored 1 run in that inning. They've had 3 base runners since the opening frame. And another base on balls puts Uggla at first.
5 walks tonight. 1 was intentional. Season high was 8. It came at Oakland in interleague play. He walked 8 in 3 2/3 and also gave up 3 hits but only 3 runs and lost 3-0. He's doing a little of that tap dancing tonight with all these walks.
Ross is 0 for 2 tonight. As you said, he wins the Bad Break Award for the ball game tonight. His first inning at bat, tried to check his swing with the bases loaded. Ball grazed the bat. It was caught by Ellis behind the plate for a strikeout. The Braves were unable to add to what was then a 1-0 lead.
Like every time Harang gets on one of these ball throwing binges, Ellis makes a beeline out there to try to get him back on track or get him to regroup.
Javi Guerra beginning to loosen up. .88 pitches for Harang, but more balls than strikes. Bounced off the plate. That's foul at third, and we'll do it again.
After that first loss to the Padres, the Braves have had a good homestand, an exciting homestand. They've had the bats working. Late rally last night, all that's real good, but tonight, after the run in the first, things have gone quiet.
Two hits, 2 walks since the end of the first inning for the Braves offense. And now 2-2 for David Ross. Are you surprised to see David getting the start tonight instead of Brian McCann?
No, I think I'm going to guess that Brian's shoulder's probably barking a little bit again. Give him an extra day. Maybe be back in there tomorrow against Billingsley.
And Ross swings and misses. That's out number 2 and the 5th strikeout for Harang tonight. Yaunish 1 for 2, a 4th inning double. It came with 2 outs. And he checks the swing and lines one out of play to the right.
Erakinski on deck. Yaunish was hitting 198 before the start of the last Padres game. He's raised his average 34 points in two games plus 2 at bats. That's good work.
He has 6 hits in his last 11 at bats. And has an even count here in the 6th. Freddie Gonzalez was quick to credit Paul and Greg Walker, Scott Fletcher too, for their work with Paul Yaunish in the cage, giving him some options with which to work in the batter's box. And apparently that hard work's paying off.
Yeah, I'd say it is. He's making solid contact. He's only struck out 18 times in 122 plate appearances. So that's not bad.
I mean, no player wants to hear, hey, anything he gives us offensively is a bonus. It's more fun to hit, right?
Right. And Paul takes a lot of pride in being an all-around player. He wants to do something to help offensively, and certainly he did last night.
And you'll see another pitch, 2 balls, 2 strikes. That's tipped and caught. And that ends the Atlanta 6th inning. 6 strikeouts for Aaron Harang, 5 walks, but only 1 run allowed as we head to the 7th. Part by Crown Royal, by Checkers, by Toyota, and by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Big crowd in Atlanta has seen the Dodgers play lawn ball against Ben Sheets. The Braves right-hander started, gave up 4 homers. Those are the only 4 hits Los Angeles picked up. It accounts for 6 runs through 6 innings. And he'll give way to Luis Avilan, who answers the AT&T call to the bullpen.
Second appearance in the homestand for Luis. He was in there 4 days ago against San Diego. Worked an inning, couple of hits, but zeros across otherwise. He's allowed a couple of runs, 2 in his outing before that. So runs scored in only 1 out of his last 8 outings.
Braves are hoping for an uneventful 7th inning, for Avilan's spot is due first when we head to the bottom of this inning. We'll have the bottom of the order for the Dodgers: Cruz, Ellis, and then Aaron Harang's spot. One ball, 2 strikes.
See this for Cruz. He cuts it loose, doesn't he? That open stance, leg kick, all a timing device for him as he comes back to the plate.
In the air to center. Michael Bourne's going to track it down. Took me a while, but I was thinking, whose stance and swing style does Cruz remind me of? And it's Batista in Toronto, the high leg kick.
Yeah, there are a couple of guys around that do it, but not necessarily with the open stance to go with it. Here's we'll see a guy beginning Monday that uses a high leg kick, and that's Ryan Zimmerman.
A.J. Ellis, the batter, he's 0 for 2. Speaking of the Nationals, Hail Ike Davis has hit a 2-run homer in the 7th for the Mets. They lead in Washington by a 2-0 score. Fly ball to right. 2 down as Ellis is 0 for 3.
Hey, Luis has done a good job. No major league experience prior to his call up, and never really pitched in AAA. Got called up to Gwinnett from Mississippi, but never appeared in a game before they moved him right on to Turner Field.
Harang swings the first pitch. Yanish takes care of the former Reds right-hander, and Avilan a perfect 7th inning. It's 7th inning stretch time in Atlanta. The Dodgers lead the Braves by a 6-1 score. 9-1-2 are scheduled for Atlanta in the second game of this 3-game series. We will stay here with you from Turner Field for the singing of God Bless America. Timothy Miller of the Atlanta Opera will perform the honors here at the ballpark.
Timothy Miller. while the storm clouds gather far across the sea.
Let us swear allegiance
to a land that's free.
Let us all be grateful
for a land so fair.
As we raise our voices in solemn prayer.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, white with foam. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home.
And tonight, the award winners. First of all, Don Newcomb with the Beacon of Hope, Earth, Wind, and Fire founding members. And John Lewis, Representative Congressman John Lewis from Atlanta. Beacon of Life Award winner. All recipients of those awards today at the Beacon Awards here in Atlanta and honored here before the game.
So Eric Hinske grabs a bat, leads off for the Braves in the 7th. He'll hit for Luis Avilan, who was perfect in his inning of relief. Odd night in Atlanta in that the Dodgers, dead last in the National League in homers, have hit 4 of them tonight. Those are their only 4 hits, and they've scored 6 runs as a result. And on 3 pitches, Eric Hinske is struck out by Aaron Harang, his 7th strikeout tonight. Michaels 0 for 2 with a walk and a run. And Harang, Joe, looks like a totally different pitcher than the one we saw in the first inning.
But you know what? He struck out 7. He's walked 5, and he's still thrown more balls than strikes. So it's not like even with a 6-1 lead, he's been pounding the strike zone.
Coming off a victory against the Pirates, his first win since July 20th. Harang trying to win back-to-back outings for the Dodgers on this road trip. They're looking to pull into a tie with the Giants, at least for a little while tonight, pending the outcome of San Francisco's game in San Diego. Giants clobbered the Padres yesterday and pulled ahead of the Dodgers by a half game.
The Giants and Dodgers hook up in a series beginning Monday in L.A. Michael fouled that one off his foot, I believe. Shin.
That is one of the most amazing things about this game. You see a man whose game is his legs do that with a swing, and then on the very next sequence you see him blazing out of the batter's box, you hope. Line drive center. Kemp going back. That's over his head. Bourne around first. Bourne around second. Bourne on his way to third. And he's got a triple. It's unbelievable.
Well, you called it. Right after fouling it off his shins. Connects on that fastball, and it's hard to hit the ball over Matt Kemp's head. He'll stumble around first, but that didn't matter.
And the Braves rally late against Harang and the Dodgers. Runner at third, one out for Martin Prado, who knocked in Michael Bourne in the first inning. Strike one. Harang has finally drawn even in the ball strike count. He's thrown 110 pitches. Prado, as we told you last night, very effective as a two-strike hitter. And now 1-2. Nice stop by Ellis. That saved a run.
Really quick glove work there.
Harang's season high in pitches is 116, and he's done that 3 times. This is number 114.
Martin's got to keep that outside part covered. The infield playing back, so even a ground ball here gets the run in as long as it's not back to the pitcher.
Over the outside corner, Harang with a beautiful pitch. That's his 8th strikeout.
It's that outside part I was referring to. Good pitch.
And is that the last pitch of the night? It is. Trey Hillman, the acting manager for the Dodgers, with Don Mattingly suspended for tonight's and tomorrow's game for Los Angeles. Pat's big right-hander on the back for a job well done. He leads 6-1. He is assigned Jason Hayward with Michael Bourn at third base. 2 outs in the Atlanta 7th.
He came in to start the 10th inning last night, but only faced a couple of hitters. Struck out a batter, but then gave up a single to Michael Bourn. Jason Hayward 0 for 2 in his career against him with a walk.
Ball, no strikes.
You've not seen Choate pitch before. Tough on lefties. Sidearm to actually dropping down below sidearm on left-handers. Nice to throw a sweeping slider to them or the hard sinker in.
Hayward's had a big homestand, as we told you. And didn't like that call. Thought it was down and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Was it?
Looked like it to me the way Ellis was trying to bring it back and frame it.
Bourn tripled with 1 out. Now with an 8-game hitting streak and representing the second Braves run. Atlanta down 5, 6-1, 7th inning.
Good job there to fight that one off. It looked like Ellis wanted that ball really down and in, but it wasn't delivered down and in far enough. But like Prado, Jason's got to have that outside part covered on this guy, and then adjust inside. Just looking from our center field camera at the mask of A.J. Ellis. Is it just me, or is that grill he's got on his mask a little bigger than most? I mean, that looks like a television antenna.
So if your picture is an extra HD, you know why.
Doesn't it look wide?
2-2. Jason swings and misses. Fires the bat, fires the helmet in frustration. And the Braves are done in the 7th inning. 6-1 Los Angeles, a late lead. As you see on our Crown Royal game summary,
Aaron Harang, the beneficiary of some good offense from the Dodgers that occurred in 2 different innings. Back to back to homers, back to back homers in the 2nd inning by Ramirez, Loney, and Cruz, and then a 3-run homer by Ramirez again, this time on a 3-0 count after there were 2 outs and nobody on inning. So 6 runs on 4 hits, all 4 hits homers.
And after Luis Avilan's perfect inning of relief, Christian Martinez, the next Brave to answer the AT&T call to the bullpen. It's Christian's 41st appearance of the season.
And his first on this homestand. He last pitched on the 12th at New York. So he's had a full 6 days off. Gave up a run on that in that appearance at New York. But should be fresh and ready to go tonight.
One ball, no strikes to Shane Victorino, who's 0 for 3. Dan Uggla made the defensive play of the night on Shane in the 6th inning. That was while Ben Sheets was still in the ball game. A sliding, sprawling grab at second, and from his knees, fired to first with a terrific scoop by Freddie Freeman. And Uggla to his right takes care of Victorino again. Boy, the Braves have handled him all year. Shane just 3 for 25 against Braves pitching this season.
And Dan Uggla, the guy that's robbing him tonight.
A quick out brings up Mark Ellis, the second baseman. He's 0 for 3 and 1 for 8 so far in the set. Meanwhile, Don Mattingly sitting upstairs tonight in the press box, probably thinking, well, that's pretty easy.
Yeah, probably has his feet up.
And suspended by Major League Baseball today for tonight's game, tomorrow's game, for his role in the altercation with the Pirates a couple of days ago. No word on Matt Kemp whether he'll face any discipline or not.
Actually, with the umpires, not with the Pirates.
Yeah, you're right. I beg your pardon. It was during the Pirates series.
That triple by Michael Bourne, by the way, his 10th of the year, and that's the most for Atlanta since Rafael Furcal had 11 in 2005.
Fly ball to right. 2 outs.
The most in franchise history. A tie from the 1887 and 1891 seasons. Dick Johnston and Harry Stovey each had 20. What you might say the modern era. Ralph Garr had 17 triples in 1974.
He was the original Roadrunner.
Yep.
For the Braves. Big swing and a miss by Matt Kemp. Matt's had a quiet series to this point. He's 0 for 6, but did walk and score ahead of Hanley Ramirez's second home run of this game.
Chan got me the list of all the triples leaders. How about this? Hank Aaron, 1956. 34 doubles, 14 triples, 26 homers. He also hit 328 that year.
Sounds a little like Matt Kemp at his year last year, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
David couldn't hang on. That ball was tipped. 0-2. That's upstairs. And a mile-high fly ball to shallow center. And Christian Martinez well rested. And good work in the 8th inning. Braves running out of time tonight, but they'll have Chipper Jones leading off the bottom half of the frame, down 6-1. This is the middle game of our series with the Los Angeles Dodgers. Here's tonight's Jameson in upcoming schedule.
Told you about the matchup tomorrow. Billingsley's won 5 straight games. He'll go against Mike Minor in the wrap-up of this series and the homestand. And then 3 big games in Washington. Tim Hudson against Jordan Zimmerman. Paul Maholm against Steven Strasburg. I wonder if he reaches his pitch limit like in the 3rd inning if they just yank him out right then. And then Chris Medlin against Russ Detweiler. 3 excellent pitching matchups. All 3 games on Sports South beginning at 6:30 with Braves Live for that series.
So Chipper Jones will start the 8th inning. He'll face Javi Guerra. He's the next man out of the Dodger bullpen. The Braves treated him very rudely out in Los Angeles April 24th and 25th. Atlanta beat Guerra on the 24th with a Martin Prado 9th inning triple. And then the very next day, Guerra allowed 3 runs to Atlanta in the 9th inning. Atlanta won that ball game 4-2. But he showed how tough he was when Brian McCann hit a line drive that hit this man in the face, and he stayed in the game to pitch.
I mean, didn't even go down.
No.
I don't think Brian got it all. But he got all of him.
That takes some kind of courage to not only survive major damage on that batted ball, but to stay in the game and keep pitching to major league hitters. And Guerra certainly did that. And he's just walked Chipper Jones to start the 8th inning. So the Braves know they can come back against this Dodger bullpen. They did it twice in LA. They did it last night. They're down 5 with 6 outs left.
And it pretty much cost Guerra his job as the closer for this ball club. He's got 8 saves, but Kenley Jansen's a guy that kind of took over and has not relinquished that job.
Downstairs to Freddie Freeman, and now A.J. Ellis out to talk it over. The L.A. papers were a little curious as to why Jansen didn't pitch last night for L.A.
Well, I mean, they're hoping to take the lead, and then you need him to close the ball game to get the save. That's why we were talking about in a tie game, there's no save situation for the home team, and Craig Kimbrell, that's why he worked. On the road, it's different.
Very short lead at first, as you'd expect for Chipper. Braves are down 6-1. Freddie Freeman's 0 for 3, and a line drive to center will be caught by Kemp for the first out. Freeman's 0 for 4. Here's Dan Uggla. 2 more walks for Dan. He's also flied out to right.
And Freddie just 2 for his last 23. Guerra's got a good arm, throws hard, mid-90s with his fastball. Hard slider and a curveball. And a strong chin.
Way upstairs, 1 ball, no strikes. Guerra's out of Denton, Texas. A 4th round draft pick by the Dodgers in 2004. You go up and down this Dodger roster. Look at the players they picked 2001, 2, 3, and 4. They did an excellent job of drafting when Dan Evans was their general manager. Guys like Loney and Kemp, Kershaw, and Billingsley.
Pitching wise, I would agree, but it's kind of odd for me to look out there and see that the only position players out of their system were the catcher, Ellis, Loney, and Kemp. Everybody else has come from somewhere else.
2 balls and a strike. And now 3-1.
They want to help you get back in it. That's fine by the Braves. Cut by Dan, who was on it.
Now a payoff pitch. Thank you very much. 2 walks in the 8th inning.
That's 3 walks drawn by Dan Uggla tonight.
Gives him 75 for the season.
I just have a feeling, Chip, that if Brian McCann's shoulder was okay, and I don't know that it's not, but you might see him pinch hit here.
Yeah, he was taking batting practice today. He was down in the cage before the ball game, but no sign of him tonight. Dodgers have walked 7 Braves hitters so far tonight. Yet Atlanta's scored only 1 of those 7. That was the very first man, Michael Bourne, who led off the game with the 4-pitch base on balls. Now Trey Hillman's making his way to the center of the diamond, and with a 2-0 count to David Ross, will go get Javi Guerra. So the young right-hander's troubles continue against the Braves.
Sorry, Chip, that's why that run last inning kind of hurt, because you get a runner at third less than 2 outs and can't get him in.
So Guerra departs. David Ross a 2-0 count. We're back to Turner Field in a moment. One out in the 8th inning. A count of 2 balls, no strikes. Forthcoming to David Ross. As you look at young Sean Tollison in for his 22nd game. He's the pride of Baylor University and a 30th round pick by the Dodgers back in 2010.
Well, he was their minor league pitcher of the year last year. in 2 stops in A ball and then in Double-A at Chattanooga. He went combined 7-2 with 25 saves and a 1.17 ERA. Started in Double-A this year, pitched in 11 games. 8 in Triple-A, had a combined 2.82 ERA with 34 strikeouts in 22 innings. And in his last 10 appearances in the big leagues, hitters are 2 for 28 against him. That's an .071 batting average.
So maybe a closer of the future for Los Angeles.
Fastball, slider, 93, 94 fastball, a hard slider.
Miles an hour for a called strike. How close was this?
Almost nipped him, and David was kind of like, oh, why didn't I just kind of take that brushing by me? Throws across his body, a little bit herky-jerky. Might be a little tough for him to pick up, for David to pick up.
Popped up right side. Loney in foul ground on a 3-1 count near the tarp. Will have room, and that's the second out. And Paul Janisch is the batter. Ball one. Juan Francisco's grabbed a bat. He's on deck. If Janisch can reach last night's hitting hero, get a chance here in the 8th.
With all these base runners tonight, and the Braves have left runners on in every inning coming into this one except the second, and they're 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position. Clutch hits have been tough to come by tonight.
That one stung Ellis behind the plate.
Yeah, I don't know where that got him, but I know it hurt because it didn't sound like it got any glove, and it didn't sound like it got any chest protector. Bare hand, maybe. Yep.
Three balls and a strike. Ball 4, and they're loaded with 2 outs.
Was the ball 4 or did it hit him? I mean, either way he's going to reach, but it sounded like a little click. No call by the umpire for his hands to go up, so it must have been ball 4.
So Juan Francisco is announced as the pinch hitter, and Trey Hillman is again back to the mound. Tolleson retires 1, walks 1. The bases are loaded for Atlanta. Inning last night that won it for the Braves with a pinch hit single to left. It scored David Ross, and the Braves tried to chase him down with a 4-3 win.
He was on a breaking ball from Jamie Wright, the only batter that Wright faced. But you know that one can turn on a fastball. Great bat speed. He's going to need it. This guy, Kenley Jansen, throws hard. Mid-90s. There's a hard cutter. He's also got a slider, but mostly four-seamers where he comes right after you. 81 strikeouts in 53-plus innings. Last year, 96 strikeouts in 53 innings.
Jansen's out of Curacao, 6'5", 260 pounds. And quickly jumps ahead with strike one.
That includes that game winner last night.
Two.
That looked like a couple of cutters to start him.
And 3 pitches ends the inning. Jansen heats up Juan Francisco, and the Braves leave the bases loaded in the 8th. We head to the 9th. 6-1 Dodgers lead.
By 5, time for tonight's Toyota play of the game, and it actually was plays of the game in the 2nd inning. 1 out, nobody on. Hanley Ramirez, a homer to center. James Loney, next pitch, homer to right. 2 pitches later, homer to left by Luis Cruz. Back-to-back-to-back homers gave the Dodgers the lead, something they've held on to, in fact added to. And Ramirez had another home run in the 6th. That's the Toyota plays of the game.
And so Johnny Venters will answer the AT&T call to the bullpen as we move to the top of the 9th inning.
Johnny got the win last night. Worked an inning of relief, gave up a couple of hits, but also had a double play turn behind him that helped. First time he's worked in back-to-back games since July 3rd and 4th.
He's got the middle of the Dodger order to work against in this 9th inning. It starts with Ethier, then Hanley Ramirez, then James Loney. One ball, no strikes. Good news in Washington, the Mets did defeat the Nationals tonight. was a 2-0 final score. All the Mets runs came on an Ike Davis homer. Jonathan Neese earned his 10th win. Edwin Jackson suffered his 8th loss for Washington.
It was Neese who beat the Braves last Sunday night.
Bouncing ball to Dan Uggla. And there's your first out of the 9th inning.
Freddie Gonzalez was asked about Venner's outing last night, and he said the one thing that he's begun to notice over his last 4 or 5 times out is that there are more ground ball outs.
Well, one of those from this man tonight would be a good thing, because Hanley Ramirez has hit 2 long home runs. A solo shot and a 3-run homer. And this one deep short. Giannis, long throw. Freeman the stretch. Good play by Paul. 2 outs.
Not an easy play. Ramirez runs well down the line. But watch how quick Paul gets rid of this baseball and right over the top with the arm action. You know, we don't talk much about him having this great gun of an arm, but it's very accurate. It's a quick release, and it's certainly got enough on it.
And we didn't see Paul play an awful lot with the Reds. So I'm with you. It's somewhat surprising to see how accurate and strong his arm is. He has been a real godsend for the Braves, losing Jack Wilson and Andrelton Simmons at shortstop. He's played great ball for over a month now in an Atlanta uniform.
Andrelton Simmons still a little ways away from beginning baseball type activity.
A strike to Loney. James hit his 4th homer in the middle of that 3-homer barrage against Ben Sheets in the 2nd. Two-out walk. And now Luis Cruz. His was the 3rd homer in a row for the Dodgers in the 2nd. He's also grounded to short and fly to center. Foul and out of play. This kid's played so well, Joe. He's relegated Juan Uribe to spectator status for the Dodgers.
Uribe's having another bad year, hitting in the low 100s again.
Outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Right off the foot. Like got the instep. More like the big toe. Last two pitches out there that Johnny's missed with it. He has really spun out of there, flying open with his front side. I don't know if he's trying to do that for the fact to get the ball to sink a little bit, but he's overcooking that.
To short, and Giannis makes the play. Last call for Atlanta. They will have the top of the order coming up, but they're down 6-1. Jason Hayward back out there against Kenley Jansen, the Dodger closer. Atlanta trying to make a huge comeback in game 2 of our 3-game series with the Dodgers. The Braves at the moment are 3.5 behind the Nationals. Washington lost to the Mets earlier. Ben Sheets allowed 4 home runs, 3 of them in a 4-pitch span in the second inning. The fourth and final home run, the 3-run bomb by Hanley Ramirez after 2 outs and 2 bases on balls ahead of that blast. Michael Bourne got the Braves started in the first with a leadoff walk. He's also tripled tonight, and he scored the lone run. Let's see if he can spark a rally here for Atlanta.
Braves have left base runners all over the place. 11 men left on tonight, including the bases loaded twice.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Wow, a little quick pitch there. See the difference? He works out of the stretch, but that time he didn't really pause. He just went right on into his motion. Watch this. Stretch, not really. And Michael had to be ready. Pretty crafty move.
And Bourne is down swinging for the first out of the 9th inning.
It looks like he likes to go upstairs with that high hard one like he did to Francisco when he gets ahead in the count.
Prado doubled in the first. That brought home Michael Bourne. He is 0 for 3 since.
There's something kind of crazy about tonight's game. Other than the home run innings, the second and the sixth, through the first 8 innings for the Dodgers, they went in order every other inning. 3 up and 3 down. Last inning, they got a walk. It's the only runner they've left on base all night.
High fly ball deep left. Victorino going back at the fence, leaping try. He won't get it.
Sixth home run allowed by Jansen. 7th home run for Martin. The ball jumped there. He's hitting some tough luck tonight, but they couldn't bring that one back. Put it over the peanut shells.
So Jason Hayward bats. And Jansen's a strike throwing machine. 10 pitches, every single one of them has found the strike zone. One of them go left the ballpark.
Need base runners anyway, anyhow. Rally caps included back there.
Swing and a miss by Hayward. That ball was right across his shoe tops. 13 pitches, 13 strikes for Jansen, and that's the second out.
And what was that pitch? Slider? Yeah. Bounced up there. Kind of a biting slider down and in. We got Jason to chase it.
Chipper extended his hitting streak to 5 games with a 3rd inning double. His next hit will tie him with Fred Clark for 64th on the all-time baseball hit list. Fred Clark played 1894 to 1915. Roll to the right side, and that's going to do it. The Dodgers have evened the series. They beat the Braves tonight by a final score of 6-2. Hanley Ramirez had a huge game for Los Angeles. 2 homers, 4 RBIs, and Aaron Harang picks up the win.